Tara Mitchell was a new maid at the opulent Sinclair estate, a sprawling mansion perched on the hills of San Francisco. She was a mere whisper among the staff, often overlooked and seldom trusted. But everything changed one fateful morning when she stumbled upon the billionaire's daughter, Emma Sinclair, barely breathing in her room, alone and vulnerable. It had been 3 days since Tara started her job, and in that time, she had learned the unspoken rules of the mansion. Victor Sinclair, the owner, was a man of few words. His daughter, Emma, was a delicate 10-year-old battling sickle cell disease. Tara had seen how the staff treated Emma, like a fragile ornament that needed to be kept out of sight. They ensured her medication was administered and her meals were prepared, but no one truly cared on that stormy morning. Tara carried a breakfast tray to Emma's room, only to find the door slightly ajar. She pushed it open and gasped. Emma lay curled on the floor, her small body trembling, sweat glistening on her forehead. Panic surged through Tara as she knelt beside the girl, her heart racing. "Emma, can you hear me?" she whispered, but there was no response. Tara's mind raced. She reached for the emergency call button, but her fingers hesitated. The staff would take too long, and Victor was out of town on business. She needed to act fast. In a moment of desperation, she recalled the locked office at the end of the hall. It was forbidden territory, but she had seen the key hanging from a red tag in the cleaning supplies room. With determination, Tara sprinted downstairs, snatched the key, and returned to the office. The door clicked open, revealing a world of luxury, leather furniture, framed awards, and a safe. Her eyes landed on a bundle of cash on the desk. Without thinking, she grabbed the money and the car keys, then rushed back to Emma. "Hold on, Emma," Tara whispered as she scooped the girl into her arms. She felt the weight of the world on her shoulders as she bolted to the front door, ignoring the alarms blaring behind her. The Tesla recognized the key, and Tara quickly secured Emma in the passenger seat before hitting the accelerator. As they sped away, Tara's heart raced. She knew security would be on her tail, but she had no choice. The hospital was miles away, and every second counted. The city blurred past her as she navigated through traffic, her mind focused solely on getting Emma the help she needed. Behind her, 2 black SUVs emerged from the estate, their sirens wailing. Tara's grip tightened on the steering wheel as she pushed the Tesla to its limits. She could feel the weight of the world pressing down on her, but she refused to give up. "Just hold on, Emma," she repeated like a mantra. When they finally reached the hospital, Tara leapt from the car, cradling Emma in her arms. "Help! She's in crisis," she shouted as nurses rushed toward her. They took Emma from her, wheeling her away as Tara stood frozen, the reality of her actions crashing down on her. Minutes later, she found herself in a holding room, her wrists cuffed, surrounded by security personnel. Victor Sinclair arrived, his expression a mix of anger and confusion. "What have you done?" he demanded, but Tara didn't answer. She was too busy replaying the events in her mind, the fear of losing Emma consuming her. A doctor approached Victor, his face grave. "Your daughter is stable," but she was moments away from a critical crisis. If it weren't for this woman, he trailed off, leaving the implication hanging in the air. Victor's expression shifted from anger to realization. Tara had saved Emma's life. After what felt like an eternity, Victor entered the holding room. He looked at Tara, really looked at her for the first time. "You saved her," he said quietly, his voice laced with gratitude. "I don't know how to thank you." Tara met his gaze, her heart pounding. "I just did what I had to do," she replied, her voice steady despite the chaos around them. Victor uncuffed her wrists, and they walked together to Emma's room. Inside, the girl lay under soft blankets, her breathing steady. When she saw Tara, her face lit up. "Tara!" she whispered, her voice weak but filled with warmth. Tara took her hand, tears brimming in her eyes. "I'm here, Emma. You're safe now." As the days passed, the story of Tara's bravery spread like wildfire. The media caught wind of the incident, framing it as a tale of a maid who stole from a billionaire. But Victor had other plans. He held a press conference, standing beside Tara, and declared, "This woman saved my daughter's life. She deserves recognition, not punishment." The world watched as Victor announced that Tara would no longer work as a maid. Instead, he created a trust in her name, appointing her to oversee the family's medical outreach foundation. Tara was no longer invisible. She was a hero to die in the months that followed. Tara flourished in her new role. She worked tirelessly to improve healthcare access for children like Emma, using her experience to advocate for change. Victor became a partner in her mission, and their bond grew stronger as they fought for a common cause. Emma recovered slowly but surely, her laughter echoing to the halls of the Sinclair estate. Tara had become more than just a maid. She was a vital part of their family, a woman who had rewritten the rules and changed lives. One evening, as Tara sat with Emma in the garden, the sun setting behind the hills, Emma turned to her with wide eyes. "Tara, do you think I'll ever be normal?" she asked, her voice tinged with vulnerability. Tara smiled softly, brushing a strand of hair from Emma's forehead. "You are normal, Emma. You're brave and strong. You face challenges that many people never will. That makes you extraordinary." Emma May's face lit up with a smile, and Tara felt a warmth in her heart. She realized that their bond had grown beyond that of a maid and a child. They were friends, allies in a world that often overlooked them. As Tara stood on the balcony one evening, watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and pink, she reflected on her journey. She had gone from being overlooked to being a beacon of hope. And in that moment, she knew that sometimes the people we least expect are the ones who show up when it counts the most. Tara Mitchell was no longer just a maid. She was a heroine, and her story was just beginning. With Victor and Emma by her side, she was determined to make a difference in the world, one child at a time. Together, they would rewrite the narrative, proving that compassion and courage could change lives. No matter where you started as the months turned into years, Tara's influence grew. She organized charity events, bringing together influential figures from the medical community and the tech industry to raise funds for research on sickle cell disease. Victor, who had once been a distant father, became an active participant in these initiatives, often sharing his own journey of learning to be a better parent. One day, during a gala event, Tara stood on stage, her heart racing as she addressed the crowd. "We have the power to change lives," she said, her voice steady. "Every child deserves a chance to thrive, regardless of their background. Together, we can make a difference." The audience erupted in applause, and Tara felt a surge of hope. She had transformed from a maid into a leader, a voice for those who had none. Emma, now a vibrant teenager, stood beside her, beaming with pride. "You're my hero, Tara," she whispered, and Tara's heart swelled with love. But the journey wasn't without challenges. There were moments of doubt, times when Tara questioned whether she was truly making a difference. One evening, after a particularly tough day, she sat on the balcony, staring out at the city lights. Victor joined her, sensing her turmoil. "Tara," he said softly, "you've changed so many lives, including mine. Don't underestimate the impact you've had. You've given Emma hope when she needed it most." His words resonated deeply, reigniting Tara's passion. She realized that her journey was not just about her own transformation, but about the lives she touched along the way. With renewed determination, she dove back into her work, advocating for children's health and well-being. As the years passed, the Sinclair estate became a hub of activity, hosting events that brought together families affected by sickle cell disease. Tara and Emma worked side by side, creating a community of support and understanding. They shared stories, laughter, and tears, forging bonds that would last a lifetime. One day, as they prepared for a major fundraising gala, Emma turned to Tara with a serious expression. "What if we could create a scholarship for kids with chronic illnesses?" she suggested. "A way to help them pursue their dreams, no matter what challenges they face." Tara's eyes lit up at the idea. "That's brilliant, Emma. We can partner with schools and organizations to make it happen." Together, they began to lay the groundwork for the scholarship program, reaching out to potential sponsors and allies. The night of the gala arrived, and the atmosphere buzzed with excitement. As Tara took the stage to present the scholarship initiative, she felt a wave of gratitude wash over her. "This is not just about raising funds. It's about giving hope to children who need it most," she declared, her voice strong and clear. The audience responded with enthusiasm, pledging their support and donations. Tara's heart swelled with pride as she realized the impact they were making together. Emma stood beside her, a testament to the power of resilience and hope. That as the evening came to a close, Tara looked out the crowd, feeling a sense of fulfillment she had never known before. She had come a long way from the quiet maid in the Sinclair estate. She was now a leader, an advocate, and a friend to many. In that moment, Tara understood that her journey was far from over. With Victor and Emma by her side, she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Together, they would continue to rewrite the narrative, proving that compassion and courage could change lives, one child at a time. And so, the mansion that once felt like a prison for Tara became a sanctuary of hope and healing, where every laugh echoed with the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Tara Mitchell was no longer just a maid. She was a heroine, and her story was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and the unwavering belief that anyone can make a difference.